Hey, love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. This is your first time stopping by my channel. Much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing, extended, beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. Our community is growing really, really fast, and it's truly a blessing that we can have a platform that, we can all just being able to reflect our opinions and, just being able to show each other love through these hard times of transition. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light. And many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impact your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are insightful or just give you good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through some trying times at the moment and just needing spiritual guidance or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you edit, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. I'm still listening to the same song from the last 2 or 3 videos I just finished. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I'm listening to Jason Stevenson. It's called "Remove All Negative Blockages, Baggages" as well. Manifest anything you desire and release negativity. And the video I'm doing right now is healing through the heavies, staying strong in your purpose. Your enemies are spotlighted in many forms. It is so daggone true. It was like I think I was watching Trinius Henderson. I love a lot of his videos that he speak on, and it's just like, he was talking about all the different signs you'll see when you have people around you, whether it's family, friends, siblings, co-workers, or whatever, when they're really jealous of you, of things, because a lot of times your mind and your the energy you carry is really big, that it intimidates a lot of people, even though you may not be that type of person that is like conceited or arrogant, or one of those type of people that just love people, to have people eating out the palm of your hands, like, ooh, I want to be that type of person that you're jealous about every little thing I do. I know people like that, and I'm just like, Lord Jesus, take the wheel, because it's just like I just like being me. I ain't got time to be impressing nobody, but you brag on a lot of stuff, what can be blessed you can be the next thing get taken away. So I try to humble myself in a lot of forms. So when even with the energy that you have, if you look at a lot of the traits that, us as Heyokas have, that is just the way we tend to express ourselves. It can be a shock value. I've had that a lot of my life, because I would say things that people were just thinking. Even my kids was like, Mom, do you say everything on your mind? I said, almost. They say that it's just not good. I'm just like, hey, hate the game, don't hate the player, You have to be, speaking truth, but a lot of times you have to be discerning and being mindful of what you choose to put out, what words you usually use when it's pertaining to yourself, to other people, and within the world, but when you're allowing yourself to be healed and you're becoming more confident with the purpose you're being led to, the person that has been forgotten. This is a person that's always been there, but when you're transcending, it is not even transmuting, transitioning, transformation. You're transcending, so that's going above all that, and it's being created because we're supposed to be being molded into an evolution, and that evolution has been talked about with Mayans, the Ancients, the ancient ones, the tribal ones, the thunder beings. All these things is, had to go into a heavy rotation of change, because it's just like, the sacred tribes, have been like this for, couple of millions of years or whatever, that whatever is taking place in the world, it needs to be, transitioned in a major way, not just going by this, and a lot of, going through that same trait. They had to do a little switcheroo, if you want to call it that, because, there's some people that were raised, into doing these different rituals, or, practices or whatever, that took place. Cause, I done connected with a lot of different, people, the tribe that has been doing this since A1 from day one. Like they weren't even out the womb good and they already started teaching them and stuff like that before they can even speak, you know. So it's just like when you're allowing yourself to be moved within your purpose, and you're allowing yourself to be in a natural element of your gifts, because we have many, many gifts, in the spiritual form. I don't know how many that we have. You can't even, is more than you can probably even count. But it's just like when you're in that spirit, you're a spiritual being in a human suit. We cannot take all those things all at one time. That may not be right. It may come out afflicted, so you either have to face a lot of tragedy. Well, tragedies, and it's like the more you're clearing out what you're taking away or separating from it brings power for other things to have that switch on. It's like different phases of your life. When you're healing, you're accepting, you're moving forward, not allowing the unknown to be feared, not allowing yourself to be resistant towards change. You'll start feeling a lot of different things. There's people out here that have to practice. They had to be taught certain things you do automatically, in a natural way. And that can be very intimidating to a lot of people. And it's like when you're moving forth in a path where, a lot of doors are coming open to you, your enemies will be revealed in so many different ways. And it's at that point in time, you may, when you have gone through your spiritual, travels or whatever you want to call it, a lot of times we can be introverted, like anti, like sometimes I tell people my anti is anti, because I'm going through so many different transitions. For me to stay focused on what I'm supposed to be doing, I can't have a lot of people around me. And that was me. I can't believe that's me, who I am now, because I was always that type of person that always felt like, my life wouldn't be complete unless I had a lot of people around me. I didn't like being alone with my thoughts. I made myself feel like I wasn't important unless I had a lot of people around me. Now it's just like, I can affirm myself that I'm enough, for myself. I'm more than enough, and a lot of times it's not always good to have people around you. You can be with a handful of people, and if your vibrations aren't hitting the same way as them, you'll still feel lonely because they're not on that same vibe as you. They're not using the same verbiage as you. So when you're being guided towards these different things, and you're heading towards that next level, God and universe has a way of reflecting truth to you that may be, something that may be trouble for you to actually swallow. That truth is hard to swallow, but then you have to be able to respect the game and being appreciative of what they showed you. Because there's a lot of times we have gone through things where we see people that we never thought that we will ever part ways with, people that, we grew up with, or we've been best friends for umpteen years, or, these are the people that's been, that you're family with. When I say I talk to no one that I've grown up with, is probably only one person on here I stayed friends with, and that's Sarah. We've been knowing each other since middle school and stuff like that. And that's only the person I actually one person that I actually stay in contact with when it comes to my family. I was adopted. So it's just like, even with my biological family, I don't talk to anyone unless it's like they have crossed over. Those are the ones I have heavy conversations with. And, it just felt like, a lot of people were like, wow, Roslynn, I don't know if I could have did that. I said, when you're into that mood where you're being guided by it, you'll be surprised of what you will do. You will see yourself at times where the people you thought you would never part ways with, you would have been, you see now you're doing just fine without. When you go through that spiritual awakening, job, you can't even work the same normal job anymore because there ain't nothing normal to you anymore. You already been that sore thumb that stuck out all the time. And when you start to get the backstory of why you were that sore thumb, that stuck out, you'll start understanding, you don't look, at things that same. There are certain things that you allow yourself to stay focused on. What you're nurturing yourself and what is consuming to you is all natural now. Like, these are the things that is going to nurture me. These are the things that's going to take me to that next level. I'm not going to allow myself to be around certain energies that's going to, disrupt that. and you're changing for a reason, because there's a lot of times where you're being very selective about what you select to be in your life. There's a lot of people that, it's not like you feel like you're over them, but if there is no kind of, connection there, the things that you can truly say, oh, I mesh with that person, and this is the type of person I want to hang around, it is going to feel intolerable to you. It's just like somebody's just sitting up there talking gibberish and that you don't speak gibberish. It's just like that. Your situations, your convos won't even be like, oh, so how's the Cowboys? What are you talking about Cowboys for? Let me talk about spiritual ascension. Let me talk about my growth within myself, spiritual oneness. And it's like, they're looking at you like, are you a 5150 or something? We got to go take you, for a checkup, psychological checkups and stuff like that. You'll start going through different things where it is being shown to you how, when you start to achieve different things. Notice the people that are really, or when you start talking about good things that uplift you, how people start curving that mess. Oh, let's talk about this. Or, they want to conversate about something that, oh, you may have been like my situation with, I was engaged to my ex, and, people used to bring it up, making that as a joke, like, girl, this and this and that. And actually I said, you know what, even though that situation, it was kind of embarrassing to me, because I knew, what I deserve, what I didn't deserve, what I need to let go, what I need to accept. I see that situation. I don't even look at that situation as something negative. I can say now, it's just like, that was the biggest blessing I could ever gone through. Even though it took like almost 21 years for me to be able to understand that, I'm very grateful for those experiences, because it taught me how to love myself, being able to understand, what is not healthy for you. You need to raise your standards. Don't be wanting to accept anything. You need to be, strong in what you're going to allow, what you're not going to allow, what you're going to tolerate, what you're not going to tolerate, not sacrificing your happiness, your integrity, your well-being, your mental health for nothing. That's too expensive. You can have all the money in the world, and that's still too expensive. That ain't even something I'm willing to negotiate, and stuff hit heavy, and I appreciate even when the people that's in your life, all of a sudden them vibes get real sketchy. And it's just like, when I have to be that type of person where, we on the phone and the phone hang up, or a certain text go through, there's certain things you ain't even supposed to be talking about. Because if that phone call get disconnected, it's like, girl, I don't know what happened. This universe saying y'all need to shut the heck up, go on to another conversation, or this is something that you don't really need to be talking about with them folks in the first place. Allow yourself to be quiet, something like that. But you'll start noticing how things will start revealing itself to you when you're going towards something that is very, delicate, but it's something big and powerful that is taking place in your life. And, universe will start spotlighting a lot of your enemies, that is not needing to be in your life. I mean, it's just like anybody that, when I was connected to different people that was supposed to be so-called family, when I would do things just that made me happy, I was happy to achieve, it wasn't, it seemed like the congratulation was forced. But if anybody else has done something, they would be that main thing they wanted to bring in my face. And I'm just like, dang, y'all folks are older than me. And I'm like, you making me feel like I'm back in high school again. And y'all older than me, but that lets you know, when people always want to throw other people's success into your face, or their personal success, but, wants to downgrade yours, that, that's showing, truth in the pudding right there. It's just that person is very intimidated by you. And it's just the elements that you bring, by different things. It's just like when I make certain videos, I feel the vibes that I get even before I get them. I produce my videos out. I feel that energy coming to me before it actually gets there. And it's just like, I'm a type of person, I'm very humble, but I'm very strong in my truth. And if my truth is like intimidating to you, that's more about you and it's less about me. I'm not that person that wants to brag about anything. It's just like, I tell people I'm like a teacher. Actually, that's a good word, a teacher and a student at the same time. So I'm a teacher. And it's just like things is being revealed to me. They're like, Roz, you need to go ahead and, project this towards other people, because this will give them a deeper understanding on why these certain vibes are being felt, why certain things being shown to them. That way, these are the reason why they may be feeling this way, because you're going through a spiritual, maybe psychological transition that you weren't prepared for. And for those things, I don't want anybody feeling some type of way. But if it is, that's just, allowing you to be able to say, hey, I didn't pull that trigger, you did. And there's a lot of people that's out there that's like that. You just have to say prayers for them. This is not a competition. A person that wants to start judging your journey from theirs already put themselves way below. I remember when I've said that before, and I've seen a person just give me a whole face just don't came out. And I was like, damn, I wasn't even talking about you. But when you got upset about it, obviously, a bark dog, what do they call it? Hit dog will holler, So, that was already something that, you were already triggered by. So that's just letting you know there's a lot of people are still moving, forward in their wounds, as well as their still in their triggers about different things. And you just have that, that vibration that people are just irritated by. I mean, I used to do that. My mom was like, girl, you're just so janky. Because it was like every time, you get a job, you either going off on somebody going off on you, or you getting wrote up, or you about to lay hands on somebody. And it's always been like that. And I was just like, damn, what's wrong with me? And I realized that this is what happens a lot of times. Because when I spoke my truth, a lot of people were just shocked. And I said, you got to respect the fact is I'm saying something that they ain't going to even tell you. I'm telling you the truth. And if that truth may be hurtful, that's not my intention, but you need to know. And there's sometimes I wouldn't even care if it was hurtful to you, but at least, you can respect the game that, I was being honest, and they used to get me in trouble a lot. But when you're moving forward, you'll start seeing things in a totally different way. You'll start getting understandings. And then when you go on that vibration of healing, you will start seeing when people had showed you that and you overlooked it thinking, oh, they must be in a bad mood today, or I might have said something that might have bothered them, or, let me not talk about that because it upsets them. If anybody is your trooper of a friend, that they're with you not just during your highs but in your lows, and they motivate you, they encourage you, they guide you towards the light when you feel like you're left in the dark. Those are the people you hold tight to you. That person that wants to see you better yourself, or they see you slacking and they calling you out on your mess that you like, hey, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Why ain't you did it yet? I'll tell people that. But if it gets to that point where I'm constantly reminding you of something you should already know, I'ma just distance. I'ma still pray for that person, but I'ma distance myself from that situation and stay focused on me and still wish them well. Because a lot of time people, I tell people real quick, there's a saying that when a baby is still in that crawling stage, you cannot force that baby to walk. If they want to still crawl, you can't force nobody to walk. You can, lead a horse to the river to drink, but you can't force him to drink anything. And that's a lot of things that people have to be able to do, especially if you're in this twin flame situation and stuff like that, where you're on that journey of really, getting to your roots. Because when it comes to a twin flame situation, there's a lot of intimidation. There's a lot of, insecurities, self-esteem may be kind of triggered on those things. And if you're that person that's constantly healing and you're sending love to that person and they're just sitting there waiting for, the healing to take place by itself, it has to be an equal situation. It's like if you're really wanting this to be coming fruition for your life, or whatever they call it, it has to take work from both of us. It can't just take one from, that person. It's just like when you feel like, okay, I want to show this love to that person. That's good when you're able to do that. Your healing vibes can guide them to that, towards that element of healing. But that's something you're going to have to move forward and do within themselves. And a lot of people aren't ready for that. You can't force somebody to do that, and it's just like if you're with somebody that you feel You know, they have not showed me love. And you have to understand, even with my situations on people I was connected with, it really reflected that to me. You know, it's like you can't be upset when somebody's not showing you love when they don't have love for themselves, you know. And it's hard for you to be able to do that if you're putting more love in somebody else and you're not ingesting that within yourself. You know, everything is showing you what is taking place. Everything is showing you to get to this next level. There are certain people you're going to have to be okay with letting go, you know, because it's like, you know, it may be hard to you at times, but you have to understand the shoe on the other foot. And they know they're heading towards big blessings. It won't take nothing but a blink of an eye to say, hey, deuces, you know, I'll see you on the flip side. You can't go on this journey with me, but I'll meet you on I'll meet you on that other end. And those are the things that you're going to have to pay attention to. So pay attention to the people that are dry congratulating you, or the people that downplay, you know, your success, or they seem like they're very dry, you know, with the progressions that's taking place in your life. You know, a lot of things is being revealed to you before you can be able to get to that next level, because a lot of times, you know, God and universe pulls the plug on certain connections because they see it's about to wreck you. You know, they already see it's going to wreck your blessing, it's going to wreck you. So allow yourself to have that deeper understanding of why everything is taking place. I would love to give a post notification shout out to like Mila Pedersen and Sis and Habs Harris and Camila C and was it Shame? Yeah, Shahime. I think that's, I apologize if I messed that name up, 2019. And I will talk to y'all on my next video. Like, subscribe, share, give a thumbs up, tell somebody about the channel, drop a line. I'll leave all my contact information in the description box below. I hope y'all have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible for everything you do. You know, whatever you're manifesting, I hope it comes so much bigger and better than you ever expected and comes sooner than you think you were going to receive it. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Much love. Peace.